Welcome to the final podcast episode, guys. It's been a wild one. I read the Woods and She article about how tourism and humanitarian crises across the world have kind of grasped hands, and how doing it for the gram can kind of correlate to what we see now. So in this article, it talks about how doing acts of humanitarian aid or helping impoverished people in need used to be a sign or something that you would do for those people. You know, it was never about you. It was you just putting yourself out there to help others. And it was very wholesome and it was very pure. But, you know, in today's day and age, we have social medias and Instagram and Snapchat, and there's constantly photos of all this stuff going on all the time. And the article basically talks about how, since we see it so much and it's represented so much online, that visual representation has actually taken over the actual place of going out and doing these acts. So people nowadays see more about problems and humanitarian crises going on throughout the world more than they actually go out and help them. And by doing this, Instagram has enabled a narcissistic thought process in our youth, or as the article likes to say, of tourism. What's it called? The word I was looking for was volunteer tourism. So volunteer tourism is where people volunteer to go to like Singapore or China or somewhere else, or Laos or somewhere where there's something bad going on and people need help, and they'll go and they'll volunteer, but they'll also be tourists at the same time. And this article is trying to basically say that with all of the new social media and representation of these problems going on, it's created a thought process that certain people have where they'll do these volunteer tourist vacations, I guess you could call them, not to actually help the people. Yes, they're helping them, but it's actually a form of helping themselves in the limelight of Instagram or Snapchat. So by going to these third world countries and taking pictures of them helping and taking pictures of what it looks like over there, they're pulling in more people to follow their account, like their account, monetize their account, so that they can keep doing this. But in the sense, their pure intention is not to help these people. Instead, their intention is to gain something from those people. So that is where the problem starts of, is Instagram and doing it for the gram negatively affecting humanitarian crises all around the world? Which, in my opinion, I feel like the more that we see it, the more that we know about it, the more that we can protest on it, and the more that we can, go to our local and state governing bodies and try and, send our word in, maybe get it shot up to the highest part. But it also has opened doors for this narcissistic mentality to flow and flourish, and it's a scary thing to see when people aren't going to third world countries to help people. They're going there to help themselves, which is extremely weird to me. So long story short, I think the key point of the article, and I have a quote too, but I think the key point of the article is trying to say that Western society has been so, radicalized by social media that people are now choosing places to travel and help humanitarian-wise based off how Instagrammable that place is. So it's not coming from a place of empathy or a place of good. It's coming from a place of narcissism, in a place of self-need and self-desire to have more followers, likes, you name it. And this quote I like a lot, from page 4. Social media provides the means by which individuals are empowered to reproduce an idealized representation of the self. which can sometimes be at odds with the humanitarian impulses that are often assumed to motivate encounters with disadvantaged others in the first place. Basically saying that in today's day and age, it's almost like social media has taken over the instinctual good intention to go help somebody by sidetracking it with, yeah, I can go help them, but it'll also booster my Instagram account by this much or my Snapchat account by this much. So in conclusion, I think this essay or this article was really good, and I think it brought up a lot of good points, and I actually do agree. I think that the Western society has definitely been radicalized by social media, and a lot of people don't have their heads in the right place nowadays, or their hearts. So thank you guys for watching. That's been the final episode of the podcast. I'll see y'all later.